I want to go run down the track. I've got a lot of naysayers on whether this thing's going to actually shift down the track, and I'm ready to prove some people wrong.
Awesome. Right, I'm Dustin with Industrial Injection. This is the Diesel Discussion. We're here with Dallas Penn from Workhorse Motorsports. How you doing, man?
Dude, I'm doing quite well today.
Yeah, it's a nice day out here at
We waited,
UCC
right?
2019. Yeah, we've been fortunate enough to get one sunny day here this weekend. What are you doing out here?
Well, I was lucky enough to be invited out by you guys and share some booth space, and James from Ultimate Call-Out Challenge gave us an opportunity to calibrate his dyno ahead of the qualifiers this year and give us a chance to break our own 68 RFE world record.
Awesome.
Was previously at 1371 and 2012 foot-pounds of torque before we came out here at Hardway's Dyno. And for the qualifiers, we put up 1395 and 2,208 foot-pounds.
Awesome.
So we backed it up by a little bit more torque. Not quite the horsepower number we wanted, but I think you told me we could do something to fix that.
Oh yeah, for sure. For sure.
So untested setup, came out with a little bit bigger turbo thanks to T-Kip hooking us up with that GT55, and then one extra nitrous solenoid so we didn't have a fogger on the dyno.
Nice. So we're talking about a 2016 Dodge with a Shredder Series 5.9 liter in it. So originally Dallas called me about a year ago and said, hey, I want to build this truck. It's going to be a Ford conversion, you know, and he's like, I want to be able to go out and you know, it's going to be a 2,000 horsepower setup, go out and do some burnouts and some videos and hit the dyno every once in a while. And I'm like, well, I know exactly what you need, you know, and so we built him this 5.9 shredder for it. And then about what, maybe 6 months ago, he came across a deal he couldn't pass up for the 16 regular cab Dodge, beautiful truck. And he's like, hey man, I'm gonna stick that shredder in this, and I'm gonna go for the 68 RFE horsepower record. And I said, hey, I think that's the best place for it. And he stabbed it in there, and right out the gate, I mean, it was, you know, licked up to 1,371 horsepower, which beat the current record, and single charger, you know, single turbo.
Now we have a GT55.
Yeah.
We're on a 480, and we flatlined the piss out of that thing. Ryan gave it shoved them King Cobras up on the pulse width, and we saw on the curve it just went up and then flatlined.
Right.
Yeah, we weren't running a gate. I'm really keen on turbining up since the truck wasn't going to be a daily driver. I really think just bigger chargers, more turbine flow is going to get us where we want, and just spray the balls off.
Yeah, that's
we like
awesome.
nitrous.
Right.
Yes, sir.
So, what's the goal now? What's the plan? You're gonna stick with a single with it? Or
I think so. I'm really happy with the way it drives. You know, when we were talking at first about the truck and it was going in the conversion, I really didn't have a goal with it other than to just hoon out and get in front of people. And sitting there over that year, 6-8 months until we found the Workhorse truck, it really just didn't feel right to be in a conversion.
Right.
And then we started like narrowing down our demographic for customers.
Your customer base is 68 RFEs.
Right, and once we figured that out,
I think when you guys started Workhorse a few years ago, you were
more broad.
You had I think 6 or 7 new from 14 to 18 trucks in your shop doing transmissions on them. I was like, man, and every one of those didn't only get your built Warhorse, what you're calling your Warhorse transmission. You had the you know, a single from us, you know, S472 or S475, one of our XP pumps. You know,
we love those
some
XPs.
big turbo or big injectors on it, and I'm like, who in the heck is, you know, in Texas spending all this money on these brand new trucks, you know? And man, he's just pumping them out, and they're running and making big power, and making these 68s hold. And
we're trying to restore some confidence in the market, really change the culture. You know, I'm tired of hearing people automatically say you got to spend 14 grand on a 48. And they're a great transmission, you know, they're a dying breed.
Right.
Most of our modern trucks are going 6-speed plus.
Yeah.
You're sacrificing some drivability, you're giving up some creature comforts. They're not exactly just streamlined yet. I like the idea of keeping the trans that came out of your truck in it and making it work, and not everybody's trying to make 1,000 horsepower.
Right.
You know, my favorite personal truck is about that 650 to 850 build.
Right.
Those are hands down my favorite. You know, what we're doing with the Warhorse truck, big turbos, they're laggy. They come on, they serve a purpose. But I like daily driver trucks a lot. And changing that culture by building this thing to put up some stupid numbers and do some ridiculous stuff, I think is going to bring some confidence back in people. And that's really what I'm trying to do, whether it be helping myself sell transmissions, RevMax, Suncoast, ATS. I'm just trying to overall bring the culture back.
Yeah.
And
well,
it's
I think you're doing a hell of a job for sure.
Thank
you. We're proud to be helping you,
I'm
push
so
the limits
humbled.
of those transmissions and stuff. And if anybody wants to know, the engine behind us is basically a duplicate, other than it's red, that's in the truck. Single GT55 on it, dual pumps on it.
Oh yeah.
Dual pumps. Other than has a full race common rail in it with his Easy Fab, but yeah, that's basically what it looks like in the truck.
Yeah, I'm glad we got to come out here and show people that on the stand, and then have that in the truck. I think it's one of the only shredders here not in the competition, right?
Right.
Kind of the small guy out here, but
yeah, just it's really funny going from hey, I'm gonna do a competition truck to everything's in a daily driver now.
Yep.
You know, I mean, he's driving it around the show and everything, and it's
we will,
a beautiful looking truck.
As far as the future with it, we do want to come out and try to do some qualifier. We feel really happy about the dyno. I would have liked to have seen 200 more horse than 200 more foot-pounds of torque, personally. I like a big number.
Oh, I'm sure we could do something.
We're going to fix that. I'm just got a 17 number in my head for whatever reason I want to see come out. But that's not the goal right now. The goal is going to be to get the truck with some safety in it. I need a cage. I want to go run down the track. I've got a lot of naysayers on whether this thing's going to actually shift down the track, and I'm ready to prove some people
wrong. Well, hey, I really appreciate you spending some time with us and getting your truck out here in our booth. And
thanks for having me, man.
And
really,
your guy right here, huh? You're
my bear cub.
Yeah,
he's the stealer of the show. He makes sure all the women come over here and
be sure to
occupied.
Be sure to check out Red Horse Motorsports and Industrial Injection for some awesome things coming up in the future, and maybe we'll see this truck at UCC 2020.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you.